Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sean Donahoe, and welcome to the 5-day challenge party. It's great to see you all here. And I got this funny other guy with me here today. You might have seen him on a few pictures as we're getting rolling. This is Mr. Phil Newton. Phil, how you doing, sir?
Fabulous. I'm trying to juggle a few screens because everything decided to go live at the same time. It was like a little disco on my side of the screen.
Klaxons wailing and all sorts of other crazy
Fabulous,
stuff.
yeah, fabulous. We're officially unhustled. We're now officially live and unhustled.
Absolutely. Now, guys, give us a shout out. Tell us where you're from and everything else. This is 100% live. And we are really, what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of give you an overview of what we're going to do, because we're going to start session 1 tomorrow, 2 p.m. And then every day, 2 p.m. for 5 days. Okay, so on the 12th, which is Tuesday, we're going to actually have a big series of training, but we'll get to that in a moment. But what we want to do is tell you kind of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and really what this means for you, how this is going to help you do what you do and get unhustled at the end of the day. Because I don't know about you, and I know me and Phil talk about this all the time. We're sick and tired of all the hustle and grind BS out there, that you've got to work until your eyes bleed. You know, you've got to put in 120 hours a week. Otherwise, you just don't want success enough. You know,
You know what? Even after all these years, Sean, we've been back and forth with this idea, with this concept of unhustled for a long time before it became what it is now, unhustled. And just that Vaynerchuk type of, nothing, but he seemed like a nice guy. I just don't want to hustle till my eyeballs fall out. It just doesn't seem like a good use of my time or anyone's time. On that note, Sean, we've got a few comments coming in. We've got a few peeps. We've got Chris saying hello from Texas. We've got Alan from Montreal. Hello. We've got Anna also from Delaware. And Douglas. Hello, Douglas. We've had a bit of a chat back and forth from Orlando. So we've got a nice little audience just saying hello. So welcome to you all. And don't be shy. Pop a question, pop a comment. It's truly live.
Absolutely. So I want to tell you what we're going to do first of all. First of all, why are we doing a 5-day challenge? Why are we doing all this? Well, over many years in all the different businesses that I've run, I see a common thread. It's that to get ahead, you got to work harder. And that's the only way to do it. You got to cram your business or life in and around your business, but you've just got to work harder and harder and harder. But I see so many people get stuck in the virtual quicksand that there's no way out. They feel that they can't get ahead no matter how hard they try. So we built Unhustled, the company, around this concept, because that's the only way to do it. You got to cram your business. Okay, you got to mute that website.
That's me. All my fault. Pressing all the wrong buttons here. It's like mission control here and pressing all the wrong buttons. I was trying not to leave anyone out and be clever and send them a little text message because they didn't come through. We've got Herman.
This is why we don't put him in charge of NASA.
My Sean's the tech guy, and I'm just the you know, I occasionally write a few things. You know, I come up with a few ideas, and Sean makes them happen.
There you go. It's good fun. But so the reason we put this together was to help as many people who feel that they're stuck in the hustle and grind, that they feel that they're in the quicksand, that they want to get ahead, they want to see success, but they need that extra helping hand. So we decided to do this 5-day challenge to really tackle a lot of large concepts. So I'm going to break down in a few moments what we're going to do over the next 5 days, why this is going to help you on your journey to being successful. And we can play on from there. So the first thing I want to do is tell you, okay, when you signed up, you saw one of our systems and we were asking you a few questions. We were looking to help you kind of figure out where you are right now. Okay. And you can see you could earn points and everything else. You might be wondering, okay, what are all these points about? Well, at the end of this, we're going to have a leaderboard. Okay. And we're going to use that to determine who wins $1,000 cash. We're actually just putting $1,000 out there just for your participation, because the more you engage with us, the more you take part in this, then the more that we can give to you. At the end of the day, that's really important to us. We want to try and help you get more from this as much as possible. Okay, my goal is very simple. It's to help you move forward from where you are right now, to help you line up to make 2020 not only the best year ever, but the best damn decade. Because so many people have battled through all sorts of different situations, challenges. They've hit every roadblock on the way, and they feel like a pinball in one of those pinball machines that they're bouncing from thing to thing. They've tried every other shiny object out there and wondered, okay, well, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? So what we're going to do is we're really going to break things down into manageable bite-sized chunks day by day. And over this 5 days, we're going to cover, basically, if I grab the chalkboard here, or the whiteboard, used to have a chalkboard. Used to
Do you think they have chalkboards?
Then we upgraded to.
Are they still a thing, Sean?
Yeah, there you go.
I think we're dating ourselves here, aren't we?
But here's what we're going to do. So if you're here right now, okay, this is where you are right now. This is your ideal situation where if you close your eyes in 3 years and said, Sean, I'm loving it here. This is what I'm doing. If you and I were sat in a coffee shop right now, 3 years from now, and we were just having a little beverage, whichever 21 syllable coffee it is, upside down caramel macchiato with breve and all the rest of it, which, I won't get on that coffee soapbox. But wherever we are, and you're telling me about, you know what, that was a hell of a journey. Remember that 5-day challenge? Well, this is where I want to get you on the path to starting. This is where you want to be. This is where you are right now. And over the next 5 days, we're going to start a journey. And this journey is going to be you and I together. We are going to do this and get you in the right path, the right mindset, so that you can accelerate to where you want to be. I was speaking to a lovely woman in the comments a few moments ago who said she wanted to be a published author. And I thought that's absolutely fantastic. But she's working a 9 to 5. She never has time to sit down and write, by the sound of what, the start of that conversation. I can appreciate that. I mean, there's so many people who don't have the time to do half the stuff they want to do because we're so stuck trying to cram life in and around everything we want to do. Now, being unhustled, and we're going to get into this more tomorrow, but being unhustled is really about one thing. It's about being able to do what you want, when you want, and have the resources, which is time and money, to actually do it. So over 5 days, we're going to cover a lot of ground to get you on the path to being where you want to be. So day 1, we're going to talk about the true secret of wealth creation. Now, it's not what you think. It's not about money.
You stole the question out of my mouth, Sean. I was going to say, but wait, Sean, isn't that an exclusive secret that only the top people know?
Here's the thing. A lot of people may know it and they'll understand it, but when you live it, when you break it down, it opens up a lot of different doors. In fact, it's what only the top 1% of successful people, or people who are ultimately successful, develop in their lives and their businesses. Now, this isn't just about business. It's about life. It's about everything. It's about you. It's what drives you. It's what motivates you. It's what moves you forward. Now, when I discovered this myself a few years ago, I went from struggling to $1 million. And now I run 10 different businesses. I'm actually starting up 4 more next year. And I'm loving life. But I'm not hustled. You would think, okay, running 10 businesses.
For money, are you, Sean? That's
exactly.
That's like a big trick about majority of what we do is not selling time for money, because that's the quickest way to you just creating an employee. You might have your own business, but it'd be very easy to be an employee of a business that you happen to own. We don't want that. No one wants that.
No, absolutely. So we're gonna avoid that. We'll cover that in more detail. That's going to be the first session. We're going to cover a lot of different ground over these. I'm just giving you a summary right now. Day 2 is unlocking the maximum you. We're going to show you how to break all the barriers, cut the bungee cord, pull you out of that quicksand that's held you back, and how you can actually own your future. In fact, when we go through this, there's actually going to be a little bit of psychology involved here. And this is something that I struggled with myself. We're going to be talking about things that, again, a lot of people don't talk about, certainly in business, certainly in life. But it's these tipping points. It's helping you get out of your own way. It's identifying the barriers that we build around ourselves. And we use them as like little safety nets. If you imagine you got a great big, okay, you've got the difference between a great big concrete bollard here and one that is nice and fluffy, covered in pillows and everything else. These ones we build ourselves. And we make excuses and we make reasons that these are okay. They're not. And it's almost like having a little virus inside your head that puts these there. I'm going to show you how to overcome these so that you can move forward out of what I would call your virtual comfort zone. If you imagine that this is a comfort zone, when we get too far along the path to success, there's like a little bungee cord attached to us that pulls us back. It's like, okay, strap to your back, you're running forward, and then boing, you pull back.
Back to that safe zone, isn't it, Sean?
It is. It really is.
What I'm saying is, as soon as someone comes up to that boundary level, that self-limiting belief that people create for themselves, it just pulls them back in.
So we're going to show you how to overcome that. Next is, okay, we break free of this barrier. If you imagine that this is the barrier that we're going to get you past, okay, this is what Phil and I are going to do together. The next thing is, okay, what do we do next? We're going to show you how millionaires and billionaires think, what they do differently, the billionaire mindset, how you can borrow and develop their superpowers. How do they do things? It's how I do things differently. It's how I manage to block things and create literally success out of nothing. You see, you look at billionaires, you think, well, they've got $1 billion. It's easy for them to find success. They've got $1 billion. No, what they're buying by having $1 billion is their problems and their struggles and challenges are greatly magnified because each one of those problems now has extra zeros on them. Okay? A lot of the billionaires and millionaires have the same problems that you have right now. The difference that's got them to where they are is this. Okay? If you have this dialed in, if you understand a few base principles, strategies that you can apply right now in your brain, in your life, in your business, and you make these repeatable patterns, habits, then boom. So we're going to show you how to use that to give yourself a massive unfair advantage. Okay? We're going to help you map that out. And my computer just shut down. I've got a computer over here, and I'm just like, okay, what? The screen shut down. I have a giant monitor here with my notes, so I remember. And then it just went blank, and I'm like, ah!
Don't tell them what's behind the curtain, Sean. Everyone just thought that you knew all of this off the top of your head, and that we.
Here's the thing, and this is something that Phil's making a joke here, but there's actually something very serious in what he just said. We pull back the curtains on everything that we do.
There's no secrets.
We are very transparent about how we do what we do, how we succeed at what we do, and how we make that happen. You see, we're all about streamlining, optimization. We're all about processes, making things production line so that you can automate a lot of it, so that you can free up your time and your money. So a lot of that is kind of what we're going to be covering. We'll talk about that more on day 5. But on day 4, which I'm going to have to put down here because I was running out of room, day 4, we're going to be talking about something that is a huge storm that's coming. Now, this is a huge storm that's going to obliterate a lot of businesses. They're going to be left in the dust. It's a $150 billion industry. And that is with a B. $150 billion industry that is only going to grow. Now, here's the thing. It's something that most people completely ignore. In fact, 96% of all businesses online, 96% of entrepreneurs, I'd actually say it's closer to 99% of entrepreneurs, have no idea about this, don't even consider it, and they are going to get knocked the hell down. So we're going to be talking about this, and it's called C-commerce. Not e-commerce, not B-commerce, not D-commerce. C-commerce.
Is it C-commerce, Sean?
Got to reiterate that because it's a brand new, it's a brand new methodology leveraging what we're doing, funnily enough, right now. But it's a very specific way to do business that can accelerate everything you're doing, yet free up more of your time and allow you to get more by doing a lot less in a more streamlined and efficient way. So I'm going to talk about that on day 4, and we might even have a special guest on that's going to help. Let's go talk a little bit about this as well, because this is a concept he came up with and I kind of borrowed, and now I'm running with it because it's bloody genius. It's a great way to explain what we're already doing and what we're going to be doing into 2020 and beyond. In fact, 2020, if you imagine that this is the timeline, and 2020 happens right here, okay? This is January 1st, right on that point. This is going to be the critical turning point for you and the future. It really is going to be transformative. And anyone who is not dealing with this, boom, done. They're not going to be just stuck in quicksand. There's going to be a hand pulling them in.
Mm.
So that's going to be very
he's in. He likes that C-commerce for Chris Commerce. So Chris Jensen, we've got you covered. Don't you worry about it.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Now, day 5, this is the big one. Everything we've done up to this point with day 1, 2, 3, 4 builds up to this. Now, we have a very powerful live training that we will be doing, bringing everything together from this journey that we're going to take so far. And I'm really looking forward to showing you what we're doing. It's kind of like the big reveal. That is the big pull back the curtain. Because what we're doing at this point is the key to being truly unhustled. We're going to show you something that is so darn powerful that when you apply this, hey, you'll get most of your life back, most of your time back. You will have if you're just starting out in business, we're going to show you how you can create something very, very powerful and almost magical. I want to say that sounds overhypey, but I can't really understate this enough. It's something that we do with our team. It's what I do with my private clients that Phil and I have been doing for years, and we're kind of going to be revealing it to the public. Now, if you already have a business, a lot of people out there have a business already, and they say, you know what? I'm stuck. I'm hitting this glass ceiling. I'm hitting this problem time and time again. We're going to show you ways that you can unhustle your business and where you are right now, but also unhustle your life. And when you do both of those, you can accelerate like a rocket.
That's where that magic happens that you were just talking about, Sean.
Absolutely. And there's no rabbits out of hats. There's no funny waving wands or anything like that. No hocus pocus.
No weird chanting, thankfully.
No,
yeah, of course.
Hey, chanting is optional. You can do it if it helps. But at the end of the day, our goal is to get you from where you are right now, very much on the path. I have a whole selection of different colors, so I can go, if you're British, Rolf Harris here, without all the negative connotations that he has now. But our goal is to accelerate you from where you are right now into 2020 towards where you want to be. And this now looks like a giant rocket ship, which is completely accidental, but that is the acceleration effect. So I'll pretend there's some fire coming out here and everything else.
Well, while you pretty that up with various colors, Sean, pop a comment below. Well, in the comments, let us know what you think. How does this sound so far? Is everyone happy with the way that this 5-day challenge and what you're going to learn? How does it sound so far? What do you think of it so far?
Yeah, because what we're going to do, I mean, I've already kind of stepped a little bit accidentally into day one, but this is, I want to give you the framework that we're going to cover here. Okay, so it's really important that you understand where we're going to go on this journey. Now, your destination is going to be different from the next person's destination. Only you can decide that. But the goal here is that we do this together. We're going to go on a journey. Okay, if you imagine, like I said, this is where you are. It's going to go like that. It's going to be parabolic. The first few days are what we're going to do in this challenge. And then the rest will be broken down on day 5. And I'll show you how to get there. We're going to do it together, hand in hand, because this is one thing. I want to stop for a second and kind of get a little personal with you here. This actually means a lot to me. Being unhustled, when Phil and I were talking about this many, many years ago now, actually, funnily enough, both him and I come from very different backgrounds, although they're similar. I come from the corporate world. He comes from the finance world, and we came together. We were friends, and we were talking about this a lot. And he came up with this word, unhustled, and it just clicked. It resonated. I'm like, that's genius. That really nails in one word what we're passionate about. Phil, you had to be unhustled. Do you want to tell your story real quick?
It's not just a fanciful, clever, witty marketing ideas. What Sean's just dancing around there. Like, we lived the actual principle, the core through everything that we do. For me, I was pretty much forced into being unhustled. It wasn't a choice at first. I've got Crohn's disease. Even if I wanted to hustle and grind, like everyone says that we should, and do that, work 14, 15, 16-hour days, I physically can't. Like, I am quite literally ill on a regular daily basis. Like, in my particular case, while I've got mild Crohn's disease, I have permanent mild symptoms. So it impacts my day-to-day life on a regular basis. So I've got to think of clever and creative ways to get the most out of my day and my business and my opportunities every single day. And that's where it started with me way back in 2001. I was housebound for 3 years. And, my window of opportunity was maybe an hour a day. I had to figure out how to cram as much as possible into 60 or 90 minutes, or maybe some days it was 20 minutes. Before it was like, right, I need to go to sleep for a few hours because I do not feel well. And I had to get the most out of everything that I was doing in the shortest possible time. So I literally lived that unhustled experience because I needed to. It's not a pie in the sky dream. It is a reality. And the important thing that I want you to take away from this, it can be done. That's the important part. It's not a fluffy idea. It's a reality for a lot of people, a lot of situations, and everyone's got a 20 or 30-minute window, whatever their schedule is and whatever your life commitments are. Everyone has a 20-minute window that they can do something productive that is revenue generating. And we lay out, foundation stones of how we can do it, but we just want you to know, we've lived it ourselves first. We're not just giving you an idea. This is where it stems from.
Absolutely. Now, again, like I said, this is very personal. Phil had, and he didn't mention it there, but he had the priest standing over him giving his last rites. Okay. It is personal.
Not a pleasant experience, Sean, I can tell you that.
A little bit for me, I have my fingers in multiple pies. I have, hundreds of people relying on me. I have many businesses that I run. So everything I need to do needs to be streamlined and unhustled. So over the years, I've dealt with many students. As a lot of you know, I've launched many products. I have many training programs. I've helped hundreds of thousands of people over the years. And one common thing that I get, and I saw this in the comments when you came into this group, we asked a couple of questions, and I saw the same kind of things time and time again. I need help. I need help. I've got this challenge. I need this challenge. I've got this problem. And yeah, I mean, a lot of those are common.
I'm not alone, I think, as well.
What I saw is
I
need someone to show me how. Yeah, the one overarching thing is I need someone to show me how to do this. I need someone to show me how to move forward, because there's so many people are stuck in this zone and they don't know how to break free. They don't know how to get out of that quicksand. I call it quicksand because it really is, because it's all consuming. No matter how much you try and move, it pulls you back in. My goal is to give you the rope. Over the next 5 days, I'm going to give you the rope to pull you out of that quicksand, dust you off, dry you off, point you in the right direction, and then together we're going to go down. Well, exactly. So, I mean, I really want to make sure that you participate, that you're part of this, because it's really important for me to help you move forward. And if we do that, we have this journey, then we can get you towards where you want to be, what your ideal is.
We know it works, Sean, don't we? And we're not just saying that because it's a fanciful idea. We know it works because we've lived it, and we still live it every day. And that's really, this is why Sean keeps talking about it. Like, he cares because we know it works. We're doing this process. We're following these principles every single day. We had to solve our own problems first. For me, it was a very serious medical situation, and Sean, you came out from the other end of the spectrum because of, the usual traditional hustle and grind and work until your eyeballs bleed, and you hit that ceiling that everyone.
I'll tell my story. I started 1997. We started our business, myself and my wife, from a kitchen table with a laptop. She was award-winning graphics artist. I'm a nerd. I could code like a monkey. And at the end of the day,
there we go.
Yeah, there you go. But I was burning out. We had 70 clients. I mean, I worked from dawn till sometimes 1, 2 in the morning. I was working 18 hours a day. We built, and I turned this business from a kitchen table business into a multi-million-dollar business. We had a lot of luck. We had a lot of things that went right. But here's the thing. I was working hard to get to success. And when I got to success, I kept having to work hard to maintain. And I was collapsing on my desk. One day, I'm laying on my couch. I am burnt out. And I don't just mean tired. I physically couldn't move. I couldn't think straight. I physically was in pain with nothing causing that pain. I literally was just broken. I couldn't do it anymore. I was working every hour I could. I built this really successful business to provide for my family, but I never saw them. And I was flying all over the place. I mean, literally, I was working over.
You're grinding in the literal sense of the words, hustling, and you quite literally bled. Your eyeballs fell out.
Yeah, I was ground to pieces. I had built a prison around myself, and I didn't even have the keys to get out. So I actually I scrapped everything. I literally fired 70 clients, many of them 7-figure clients. I fired them all, and I reset the clock. This whiteboard here, this very whiteboard, I mapped out everything I was doing, everything I wanted, and rebuilt everything from the ground up, focused around being unhustled. And that is part of what I'm going to show you as well. So anyway, long story short, we got a lot to cover over the next 5 days. We start day 1 with the training tomorrow. This is kind of like the pre-launch party, but I want to wrap this up with one thing. I put a welcome post in the group, okay? You see, big blue, big welcome. You'll see that in the group. And I want you to introduce yourself. Little personal thing, but I want to get to know you personally. So in that group, tell me what your name is. And if you are unhustled, if you had all the time and money that you need, whatever would get you to right here, tell me what is your here. What is your why? What would you do if you were unhustled? If you had that freedom? And I'm going to, again, both myself and Phil, we will read every single one, but that's going to tell me more about you and how we can dial in this training for you. I mean, seriously, hand on heart. We want to help every single person that's in this challenge map out their destination and find out how and show you the path to get there. I'm really excited for you. I'm excited to share all this with you.
I want to press pause on that, Sean. I want to underscore the importance of this. One of the things that we talk about quite regularly, and we like to use a naval metaphor. We don't want to be working in the engine room. We want to be the captain of the ship, your life ship. But to be able to do that, we need a destination to sail towards. So that destination, that why, that what's your number is another way of saying it. But, I mean, one of the comments, Club Paradise, if that's your destination, then let us know, let us know what your destination is. Where do you want to sail towards? Because that's going to give you the why. Now, we know that we're going to make some money along the way. So try not to make it a monetary goal. We will get that. It's a byproduct of the process, but we need a destination. Where are you going towards? Is it life freedom, financial freedom? The hopes, the dreams, the aspirations, because that's what's going to get us up in the morning when we have a tough day. Because we're going to have, let's not beat around the bush, and we're going to have tough days, but we're here to help you through them. But that why, that destination that we're sailing towards that's what's going to get us through every single day. And that's what we're going to help each and every one of you who wants that support to get there. So what's that destination?
Absolutely. And I just saw a comment in the chat stream here of someone says that they're excited, but they're anxious. Don't be anxious. We're going to do this together. Like I said, there's one thing that is really critical is that we do this together. Most people, when we first started, we didn't have anyone mentoring us and helping us. We talk about this a lot. Is option one is you go alone, you try and figure it out. We had to because there was no other choice.
I thought I was the only one, Sean.
Exactly.
I was housebound for years. I didn't know that the other people were doing similar things I thought I was so clever, Sean, I'll tell you.
Well, again, same with me. I tried every system, strategy, every process, and I quickly realized that most of the people teaching this stuff had no freaking clue. And I'll tell you right now, most of these, and I use the term loosely, and I'm going to put it in air quotes, gurus and experts. When they want to grow and scale their business, who do you think they come to? Me. I've been behind many of the multi-million-dollar info product launches, training programs. I actually own and run multiple SaaS platforms that powers most people's businesses. Yeah, that's me. And I'll tell you right now, most of them, they couldn't, the stuff they talk isn't what they practice in real life. Okay. It's a sad fact. It's true, but that is what we do. We actually develop these strategies and processes for ourselves. Some of them we discovered along the way from other people, applied them to what we do because it really fits this mindset of being unhustled. So to the person who was saying they're a little anxious, don't be. This is going to be fun. It's going to be easy, and it's going to be focused and streamlined. And you're finally going to have someone who's going to do it with you. And I look forward to it. So like I say, go find that welcome post. Tell me who you are, your name and everything else, and tell me what do you want to do if you're unhustled? What's your why? What's important to you? And like I said, I look forward to reading all of those. And with that being said, we're going to wrap it up right there. Any last comments, Phil?
No, I think that's it. I think we've said it all. It's exciting times. It's going to be interesting times. Again, we know it works. We've already achieved our destination. We're looking for the next destination, and we want to help you with your first destination, and financial freedom, time freedom, life freedom, all starts now. We can improve our future if we decide to take action today.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Reminders will go out, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Take care for now. See you.
Bye for now.